Hi and welcome, David Loughnane from Elements Financial Planning here. Today I want to share with you an amazing story of a client of mine who has built over a $6 million investment portfolio, primarily in the share market, over a 40-year time. Well, it might have been a 50-year period. But the story has two parts of it. One is an amazing amount of money that they've created and invested and what they've done really, really well. And the second side of that is what they haven't done so well and some areas that they could have been improved. So let's start by the section that they've done really, really well is over a period of time they're investing in the share market. So primarily their investments have been in the share market, and they've been investing basically continuously as they earned money. Every month they were investing. As they got pay rises, they were investing. As they got money for bonuses and things like that, they kept reinvesting as well. And this couple were working in paid jobs, so they weren't their own business owners or anything like that, just earning average to good incomes, and they just keep reinvesting over time, and they've built up directly into the share market. They've got over $5 million worth of investments, and then they've got other investments outside of that. But the way they're being able to do it is continuously invest over a period of time. So they invested their incomes, they reinvested. So the share market will give you what's called dividend payments. So when the dividend payments, they were reinvesting those. So their amount of shares they own were growing and growing and growing. And now they've got to a point where they earn well over sort of 350,000 plus a year. And that is pretty impressive stuff. And I think most of us, and what I try to do as a financial planner, is replace people's incomes over time. And one of the things that comes up with them is that they're not going to be spending the money anytime soon, or be able to spend all of it. Some of us might be able to spend it for them, right? But the reality of the story is investing over a long period of time in the share market has made them incredible amount of money, and they've been very diligent and keep reinvesting and very smart about it. Was really, really impressive to see in the discipline that they used. So it can be done over a period of time, that's for sure. On the downside of that, every year they've got a massive tax bill. So their tax bill would be over 150,000. And the reason for that is obviously they've been investing for a long time, but the strategy that they started with, or the structure, has never been altered, so that it was invested in their own names over the period of time, and they didn't use superannuation or other structures that could have been a little bit more effective to help them tax-wise. And for a long period of time, depending on how the structure was set up, they might have been even being able to be tax-free some of the time as well. So on the downside of that, and there's nothing that can happen now because it's been too long, and there's different rules around now. They can't go into superannuation and things like that anymore, where they're stuck with the strategy they started with, which is paying a lot of tax, which is very unfortunate now. But the moral of the story for this is really what I want to get across to you is, incredible amount of discipline to keep reinvesting and buying and using their money to their best advantage to create an income for life. The second side of this is when you're looking to do that yourself, so if you're doing it in the share market, whether you're doing superannuation, doing investment property, business, it doesn't really matter what it is. Getting the structure right initially to save you a lot of tax in the future is something that you really want to look at, whether that's with an accountant, with a financial planner, really understanding what the implications will be down the track, how you'll be affected tax-wise when all these investments come off, right? So hopefully everything works for you, but it's really important to consider tax. But also creating a strategy for yourself that's, and one of the morals of this story too is the reinvesting part, which is critically important, and getting the compounded returns and all those types of things that help this couple amazingly well. And it's really impressive story how they've actually built it. And on the side, the other note of that, they could have done it better. But at the end of the day, we all learn, we live and learn. And if you're watching this video and you're on your own journey investing, make sure that you have a little look into the future and see how you're going to be set up tax-wise, and you're going to be the most tax effective, because it could cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. In this case, with this couple, it's cost millions of dollars. Sometimes it's very cheap to have a conversation with someone like myself or with an accountant or so forth. So hope that helps, and have a great day. Cheers.